subsidy, the $2 voter subsidy. And essentially the Conservative majority government will cancel that subsidy, will rely entirely on donations. And that inspired me to dig a little deeper into how our democracy is paid for, and learn a little bit. For example, according to the Elections Canada website, it's very expensive to have donations. And for example, Guy, you and your wife each donated $400 to your campaign last time, according to Elections Canada. That meant you got $600 back, the taxpayers' money back for political tax credit. Elections Canada would have given you another $400 when that was spent, your campaign. And assuming you both voted, then there would have been another $4. So it's $1,004, of which you want to save us $4. Initially, that seems kind of silly, but when you realize that a very small number of people actually donate to politicians in this riding, I think we're looking at about less than 1/4% of 1%. So it's a very small sample to rely on for deciding your donations. And of course, they're going to be mostly funded by the taxpayer. In this riding, the top fundraiser was Galganov. I was deployed overseas in the last election. I didn't know who Galganov was. I Googled him, and it seemed like his main issues were end bilingualism and separation of Quebec.
But
the question is, why is this going to be better when to do away with a system where every voter is equal, every voter makes an equal contribution to funding, and instead implement a system of donations whereby a very tiny fraction of 1% are deciding and the rest of us are paying for it?
Thank you very much, Bill, for that question, and the opportunity to answer it, because that is exactly, your last sentence summed it all up. Why should the people in this hall pay for the Bloc Québécois to separate it in this country? Believe me, the Bloc Québécois have $5.7 million as a result of the $2 per vote, and they raise about $200,000 a year. The truth of the matter is they survive on the $2 per year vote subsidy. You might not like to hear that, Bill, but that is the fact. I'm sorry. Now, we agree that we should get rid of that subsidy because then it's fair for everybody. If you want to vote for me and want to support me, you can give me $2 or you can give me $200, you can give me whatever you want. But you shouldn't have to give me $2 if you don't want to support me. I think that's fair.
Earn my support with my vote.
Thank you, Mr. Joseph.
People call me and ask to donate money, I say no thank you. Don't give me your money, give me your support. As far as I'm concerned, the $2 makes it fair. Bloc Québécois, you know what? There are people in Quebec who have a democratic right to vote for them. It's up to us to change their hearts and minds. But when they make that vote, they know that $2 is going there. They know it's going there. What will happen if we take that away? As far as I'm concerned, if you want to take things away, take away private donations. Take away this whole system as I'm going to give money and I'm going to get a pile of it back. That allows people to buy an election. I'm out here. When people ask me questions, I ask them. My phone is there, my internet's there. If you want to know something, call me. I'm going to tell you the truth. I am not, when you were children, or when you had children, you told them, that crap that's on TV that you see advertised over and over and over and over again, the reason they have to advertise it all over and over and over again, because it's crap. And when you got it home, you got a Furby sitting in the cupboard, that's worth nothing. If you let these people buy your vote with their election signs and all of their advertisement and everything, our system has gone to hell. What to do is come out like you did tonight. Come here, find out what people stand for, and then stand behind them. Phone up your friends and say, this person made sense, and that person gave me a line. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Walsh. Mr. Leclerc.
Thank you for the question. This is one of my most important issues in this campaign. Since the Harper government took power, I said our democracy is really sad the way our democracy is going right now. They shut Parliament twice. They were found in contempt of Parliament, and now they're using this $2 because those smaller parties, they need that contribution to get going and to get their views heard by the community. They don't rely on the big corporation and private donation. This is what our democracy is about. And very sadly, you know, just by promoting and putting the Bloc Québécois issue there, it just promotes the status quo. And by those political gains, we don't gain anything from the average citizen. We need to focus on what makes your life more affordable. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Leclerc. Ms. Baloo?
Bill, thank you for that question. I wish we could spend more time talking about democracy and talking about what that means and talking about question period and talking about how that looks and having a more open question period and having a people's question period and having more transparency and access to our elected officials and their opinions and being able to communicate with them more effectively and just feel more part of the democratic process. The elimination of the vote subsidy is pure partisanship. It benefits the Conservative government, and that is the bottom line. And yet in an election, you have a right to hear from different candidates, not just one candidate, all of these candidates. And that vote subsidy enables us to have political parties. Our system is based on political parties. We don't all belong to them, but that's an important part of our system. And we need them to be able to operate and fight in an election so that you have the benefit of having 4 candidates. You have the benefit of having dialogue with us and having choice with us. And the elimination of a vote subsidy is just pure partisanship that is something that the Conservative government is pushing and that only benefits them.